There are 12 foods that are bad for your kidneys and should be avoided. Doctors routinely provide cautions about foods that are hazardous for your heart, stomach, and liver. But how about your kidneys? Ever thought about how your behavior could be affecting them? Did you know that about 30 million Americans suffer from chronic renal disease? It's probable that what you're eating is terrible for them. If you have renal disease, you must restrict your consumption of salt, potassium, and phosphorus. Let's discuss some things that are causing your kidneys to become unhealthy right now. But first, let's discuss the kidneys and their importance before moving on to the meals. The kidneys are shaped like beans and are very important parts of your body. In addition to secreting hormones, the kidneys are in charge of blood filtration, mineral regulation, fluid balance, waste elimination through urine production, and hormone secretion. Renal failure might have many different possible causes. The most prevalent ones are uncontrolled hypertension and diabetes. Waste materials and extra fluid can accumulate in the body when kidney disease prevents the kidneys from properly filtering the blood. However, by following a kidney-friendly diet and restricting or avoiding certain foods, it may be able to improve kidney function and stop further damage. With that said, let's divert our attention to the foods that are hurting your unhealthy kidneys. 1. Avocados. Avocados are usually always toward the top of lists of foods that are advised to be healthy. Studies have indicated that avocados are rich in antioxidants, fiber, and good fats, among other health advantages. Even though they taste fantastic, you should generally avoid them if you have renal problems. You should keep a careful eye on how much potassium you consume if you have renal illness. To put this into perspective, let's break it down. 4,700 mg of potassium is the typical daily consumption for an individual with healthy kidneys. However, if you're having discomfort in your kidneys, you need to change your diet. There is a healthy range of 1,500 to 2,700 mg. This means consuming fewer avocados and other foods high in potassium. About 700 mg of potassium can be found in a single avocado. People with kidney disease can still enjoy avocados in their diets, even if they need to reduce potassium by consuming only a quarter of the fruit. 2. Tomatoes. Another fruit that might not be appropriate for a renal diet is the tomato. Because of its high potassium level, they are adaptable in the kitchen and taste wonderful raw, in a stew, or in a sauce, but 1 cup of tomato sauce may contain as much as 728 mg of potassium. Although many dishes depend on tomatoes, you may readily discover delicious substitutes. Which low potassium choice you choose will ultimately depend on your own tastes. Tomato sauce is high in potassium, but roasted red pepper sauce may be just as good with fewer calories. 3. Spinach. It's amazing to think that the spinach poppy consumed to gain weight could harm renal disease sufferers so severely. Oxalates may be the cause of this. Since oxalates are a naturally occurring substance, they may be found in a variety of foods. 80% of kidney stones consist of calcium oxalates. For people with kidney stones, 40-50 mg of oxalates should be consumed daily. What is this related to spinach? Well, at 100 mg in a serving of spinach, you might want to stay away from it. Spinach has a high potassium level as well. When consumed raw, spinach has a potassium concentration of 136 to 290 mg per cup. Leafy vegetables lose some of their volume when cooked, but not their potassium content. When cooked, raw spinach can lose a lot of volume. Therefore, the quantity of potassium in half a cup of cooked spinach is significantly larger than in raw spinach. 4. Pickles. Pickle jars seem to be a common home item. Evaluating your kidney function before embarking on an all-pickle diet is generally a smart idea. Let's disregard potassium for the time being and concentrate on sodium. An adult in good health should consume between 1,500 and 2,300 milligrams of salt each day. You might wonder how much is in one pickle. It's over 1,200 milligrams. Up to 80% of your suggested daily limit is that. Pickles, processed olives, relish are examples of pickled or cured foods. A lot of salt is usually used during the pickling or curing process. High blood pressure and kidney stones are only two of the health problems that can result from a diet heavy in sodium. It is best to stay away from the pickle jar. 5. Apricots. You should surely try some apricots if you have the chance. Copper, vitamin C, and vitamin A are plentiful in these delicious fruits. They also contain a lot of potassium. 1 cup of fresh, sliced apricots has 427 milligrams of potassium. On the other hand, 1 ounce of dried apricots has up to 1.5 grams of potassium. Therefore, 1 cup of dried apricots will enough if you must adhere to a low potassium diet of 2000 mg per day. Apricots, especially dried ones, should be avoided when following a renal diet. 6. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes and potatoes are vegetable sources of potassium. 1 medium-sized baked potato has 610 milligrams of potassium, compared to only 542 mg in a similarly sized baked sweet potato. Fortunately, soaking or leaching vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes will reduce their potassium content. Cooking potatoes, particularly in cold water, can significantly lower their potassium level, according to some research. Potatoes can also have up to a 20% reduction in potassium content by soaking in water for 5 to 10 minutes. This is known as the double cook technique or potassium leaching. After twice cooking, potatoes still have some potassium. Even after 2 boilings, the content of this nutrient is still rather low. Potatoes can still contain a lot of potassium. 7. Soda. Not only do sodas have a lot of calories and sugar, but they also include compounds that contain phosphorus, especially those with dark colors. The human body needs a lot of phosphorus to be healthy. Merely being around 1% of your total body weight, phosphorus is needed for the proper development of teeth and bones. An adult in excellent health should consume between 800 and 1200 milligrams per day. On the other hand, taking too much added phosphorus is bad for your health. In actuality, a Coke can frequently contain 5100 mg of added phosphorus. Your body absorbs this synthetic phosphorus more easily than it does phosphorus from food. Unlike phosphorus that occurs naturally, phosphorus from additives is not attached to proteins. Instead, because it is present in salt, the body may easily absorb it. Product labels frequently include phosphorus additions. Many foods contain phosphorus as an ingredient, but it's not necessary to tell customers how much is used. If you are a soda addict, use caution. 8. Oranges. I know we appear to be off to a horrible start with this list. Oranges are enjoyed by just about everyone. Citrus fruits' high potassium content, however, may be detrimental to renal sufferers' health. An orange has roughly 330 mg of potassium, but an 8-oz dose of orange juice contains about 458 mg. Because they include less potassium, which is good for the kidneys, grapes, apples, and cranberries, together with their juices, provide great alternatives to oranges and orange juice. 9. Whole wheat bread. It's possible that people with renal diseases are unaware of the finest bread for them. Any type of bread appears to be preferable to white these days. Whole wheat bread has a high vitamin and mineral content. Whole wheat bread may be healthier due to its greater fiber content. But for people with renal problems, white bread is usually preferable over whole wheat. Its high potassium and phosphorus contents are the cause of this. The percentage of bran and whole grains in bread determines how much phosphorus and potassium it contains. 1 slice of whole wheat bread contains around 75 mg of phosphorus and 69 mg of potassium. If you're making a sandwich, that's 150 mg of phosphorus and 138 mg of potassium, and that's before we even add the meat. A regular slice of white bread, on the other hand, contains about 29 mg of phosphorus and potassium. 10. Bananas. It is imperative that you cut back on potassium in your diet if you have chronic renal disease. As we previously stated, the kidney's main job is to filter blood, and waste materials are expelled in the urine. The most well-known dietary source of potassium is the dreaded banana. A single banana is estimated to provide 422 milligrams of potassium. Because of their delicious flavor and low calorie content, People frequently eat many bananas at once. You should aim for at least 1,500 to 2,000 mg per day if you have renal problems. That implies that one banana can provide you with anything from 15% to 20.8% of your daily recommended consumption of potassium. 11. Processed red meat. For quite some time, processed meats have been commonly considered harmful due to the inclusion of preservatives. Processed meats are defined as meats that have undergone one or more of these preservation techniques. Processed meats have a high salt level primarily for taste improvement and preservation. It might be challenging to cut back on salt if you consume a lot of processed meat. Prevent processed meats completely if you want to prevent too much salt. 12. Dairy. There are many of vitamins and minerals in dairy products. They are naturally high in protein and an excellent source of potassium and phosphorus. A cup of whole milk contains around 200 milligrams of phosphorus and 320 mE of potassium. However, because dairy and other foods high in phosphorus can be harmful to bone health, people with renal disease should limit their intake of these foods. This may surprise you given the common advice to consume dairy products and drink milk to keep your bones and muscles strong. Too much phosphorus in the diet, however, can lead to a buildup of phosphorus in the blood, which in turn depletes calcium from the bones. When the kidneys are injured, over time this can cause bone loss and increase the likelihood of fractures. Dairy products also have a high protein content. 1 cup of whole milk has over 8 grams of protein. You might need to restrict dairy if you want to prevent an accumulation of protein waste in your circulation. Because unenriched rice milk and almond milk have lower protein, phosphorus, and potassium contents than cow's milk, they can be used as dairy substitutes on a renal diet. Are you curious in what kinds of foods are best for those who have renal disease? Let's talk about a few choices. Recipes suitable for those suffering from renal illness. Although following a renal diet might be challenging, you can still eat healthfully, and there are many of delectable kidney-friendly foods to choose from. For your convenience, we've included the delicious suggestion from the National Kidney Foundation in the description of the movie. For those with chronic renal illness, these options are suitable. Such options are 1. Baked salmon with roasted asparagus. 2. Chicken noodle soup. 3. Chicken fajitas. 4. Cobb salad. Make any necessary alterations to suit your own personal taste and requirements. The video description below has all of these recipes mentioned and more. Additionally, a renal dietitian can help you balance out your diet with kidney-friendly meals. Our daily diets play a crucial role in maintaining our health, from liver-cleansing foods to craving a no-sugar diet. If you are looking for more food-related videos, here are a few more to check out. Go ahead, watch one, or even better, both. What foods will you be avoiding to take care of your kidneys? Tell us in the comments section below.